Puff Daddy, P. Diddy.
Yeah, yeah.
Did he do it, right?
Yeah.
I know
He did it.
you've been heavy on social media talking about it.
He did it.
The business-wise for a long time.
But that's why it's only business. It was really away from that. I explained why I didn't hang out with him, right? Because it's a little fluffy stuff going on.
It's not your scene.
It's not my style.
Not your scene.
They hug you from the front and the back at the same time. I got uncomfortable with him because the way he was acting to try and get me to hang out with him was like, "Yo, I'll take you shopping," and I'm like, "What you mean?"
Picture this: a hidden tunnel, a Miami mansion, a party for a 17-year-old's birthday, and in the middle of it all, a half-naked man in a penis mask paraded in front of music royalty. He's drugged, he's disoriented, and as he stumbles into the main room, he locks eyes with one of the most famous women on the planet. Beyoncé looks up and asks one damning question. What's this? What's this all about? This isn't some dark web fantasy. This is an allegation filed in a Florida court in a lawsuit that names Sean Diddy Combs as a ringleader and Jay-Z, Beyonce, LeBron James, and Gloria Estefan as witnesses. And it's just one piece of a hurricane that's about to make landfall.
When he offered to take you shopping.
Yeah, you see, now Meek is in the same shirt. He's out there in the same shirt. This is not Photoshop. This is really stop it, man. You set that up. Look, obviously was not offended by what I was offended by.
For decades, the industry operated on a code of silence. The parties, the connections, the unspoken trades for fame, it was all hidden in plain sight, behind velvet ropes and billionaire lunches. But now, the tape is running out, the whistle is blowing, and one man who said he saw it coming from a mile away is holding the detonator. His name is 50 Cent, and his documentary is the key that could unlock everything. Welcome to Behind the Fame. Strap in. This isn't just about Diddy anymore. This is about the network. This is about who knew, who was there, and who's been pretending they weren't. The house of cards is trembling, and we're about to see who's standing behind it. Rewind the clock.
I don't got that shit in my past.
Everybody got a little bit.
I took a pill, but it was for me to perform better. For her to remember, buddy. I didn't give her a drink so she forget what the happened.
Long before the federal raids, the trafficking suits, the viral footage, there was one consistent, grating voice in the background. Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. While everyone else was posing for photos at Diddy's Black Billionaires lunch, 50 was on Instagram trolling. While others were clinking glasses, he was calling out the weird stuff. And now, it doesn't sound like trolling anymore. It sounds like a prophecy. Listen to him break it down on a recent podcast, recalling the moment he knew to stay far, far away.
And then no one was, they're just, why is he saying this? And now it's coming out like crazy. I mean,
But I also didn't participate. I also didn't go to those parties.
Yeah.
So a lot of the celebrity culture that you don't hear saying anything is because they participated to a degree.
He felt the vibe. He called it fluffy. He said it wasn't his scene, and he walked away. But he claims others didn't. He points directly at Meek Mill, at the matching outfits, at the acceptance of that same shopping invite 50 rejected. 50 frames it as a choice. Career access in exchange for what exactly? Meek responds, being the uncomfortability. 50 says, $100,000 on lawyers just to find out why his name is in the mix, all because of that same discomfort 50 felt instantly. But here's 50's $1 million question. If it was so obvious to him, where was everyone else? Where was the industry's moral compass? It was not in the closet, 50 insists. It was in the hallway. You wasn't seeing it because you see the beards or you see the girls. A facade. A meticulously crafted illusion of power, women.
Kind of interesting. I think that civil suit turned into a look. They looked at it like maybe it's a criminal situation. Right. A little early, and it could have been.
And success designed to hide what was really happening in the hallways, in the tunnels, in the private jets. And 50 is now on a warpath to pull back every curtain, but this is where the story explodes beyond Diddy. This is where it threatens the very pinnacle of the culture, because the lawsuit doesn't just describe a freak-off. It places two global icons directly in the room, Jay-Z and Beyoncé, named as witnesses. The lawsuit claims they were seated there witnessing this grotesque parade of a drugged man. The implication is earth-shattering. They saw something. And the question the entire internet is now screaming is, what did they do? 50 Cent has been hammering this point for weeks. Why is it so quiet, he demands, comparing Jay-Z's silence to Meek Mill's frantic lawyer up. You don't hear him talking about French Montana. French was right there. Why is it so quiet? He's even levied a darker, more controversial theory about the power couple's rise. On camera, commentators dissected that Jay-Z's marriage to Beyoncé wasn't just a union, it was a strategic rebrand, a corporate merger that swapped street credibility for Grammy-approved billionaire boardroom legitimacy. He started getting Grammys left and right. The kids, they don't sing yet, they don't rap yet, and they already have Grammys. The accusation here isn't just about what they saw at a party, it's about the nature of power itself in Hollywood. That at the highest level, it's all about alliances, protection, and the ruthless maintenance of an image. Did their alliance with Diddy, their brother, their longtime friend, come with an unspoken clause of silence? They act like, oh, we got nothing to do with that. 50 mocks. But the legal document tells a different story. It places them in the building, and if this case moves forward, their legal teams will be fighting like hell to keep them off the stand. The shockwaves don't stop at the Carter throne. They ripple out to every A-lister ever linked to Diddy's orbit, and they're all starting to squirm. Will Smith, who once laughed off a Jimmy Kimmel joke about Diddy and J-Lo, is now going live to vehemently deny any involvement. Nowhere near no damn freak-off. I do enough of my own, he insists, trying to laugh it off but sounding unmistakably nervous. Why speak up now, after years of silence? Because the game has changed. This isn't about rumors anymore. This is about federal indictments and civil suits that name names.
Really hard for y'all to discern what's real and what's true, you know? And I've been seeing y'all memes and stuff. People be making memes. I see the memes. I said, no, some of that stuff is funny. Some of it's funny.
And the list of those in the blast radius is staggering. Who lived with Diddy as a teen. Justin Bieber, who was a frequent guest in his circle. Terrence Howard, who once spoke in cryptic terms about men in the industry giving up their man card and needing therapy to deal with the psychological fallout. Orlando Brown, the former Disney star, everyone wrote off as crazy, is being resurrected on timelines everywhere. His old, rambling interviews warning people about Diddy, don't take your girlfriend to a Diddy party, now sound less like delusion and more like a desperate testimony nobody wanted to hear. They're called crazy, the narrator says, highlighting the universal tactic used to discredit whistleblowers. Until they're not crazy anymore, until the evidence starts to line up. At the heart of the federal government's ticking clock is one woman, Cassie Ventura, Diddy's former protege and longtime girlfriend. Her civil lawsuit, which detailed years of alleged abuse, sex trafficking, and horrific coercion, was the first domino to fall publicly, and now she's confirmed to be a key witness for the prosecution. This is the nightmare scenario for the defense. Cassie isn't an outsider. She was inside the machine. She knows the players, the routines, the secrets.
Where you can look at that and say the association to Beyonce is when he started to receive the 16 Grammys since he's been with Beyonce. Right? And you go, prior to that, one.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that came in association, like you see the kids even have Grammys. Like they don't sing yet. They don't sing.
Her testimony could provide the roadmap prosecutors need to connect Diddy to the broader alleged criminal enterprise. And the feds are arming themselves with more than just her story. They've enlisted Dr. Dawn Hughes, a forensic psychologist and leading expert on coercive control. Her job will be to explain to a jury exactly how a powerful man allegedly manipulates, isolates, and breaks down victims over years. This isn't just about proving a crime happened. It's about making a jury understand the invisible prison witnesses like Cassie described. Meanwhile, Diddy's legal team is pushing for a delay potentially for years. They argue the new allegations of widespread global conduct involving dozens of unnamed co-conspirators and deceased witnesses create an impossible maze to navigate. It's a stalling tactic, but it reveals their core argument. The case is too big, too complex, too dangerous to the entire ecosystem to ever see a courtroom. But there's one clock the defense can't stop.
Was always anti-Diddy and was always speaking about Diddy as a problematic person was 50 Cent. And it turns out that it's just been announced that he's created a docu-series on Netflix. I can't wait to see this. The other end of that, every person who has tried to speak out about this, who has tried to speak out.
One piece of evidence they can't sequester. 50 Cent's Netflix documentary series, Did He Do It? This is the X factor. This is the cultural trial that will happen long before the legal one 50 Cent has promised. It won't be about surface level gossip. It will be a forensic excavation of the network, the how, the who, and the money trail. Imagine the footage, the never before seen interviews, the insiders finally speaking without fear because the dam has already broken. This documentary isn't just about taking down Diddy. According to 50, it's about exposing the lobbyists and the connections that protected him for so long. Every celebrity named in this video, every star who's ever attended a white party or posed for a family photo is waiting for that trailer to drop because 50 Cent has no skin in the game. He has no peer group to protect. He's the outsider who became an empire onto himself, and he has nothing to lose.
You better believe it. Shout at Def Jam, we the best. You know what it is. It's 2010, baby. It's the takeover. I'm going in.
Happy New Year to the whole planet.
I don't have a support system of artists that I require to do what I'm doing, he states coldly. He is, in essence, the perfect predator for this moment. Unattached, uncompromising, and utterly fearless. So here we stand, on the edge of the unthinkable. A hidden tunnel in Miami leads to a courtroom in New York. A shopping invite from a mogul leads to a federal trafficking indictment. A trolling Instagram post leads to a potential Netflix bombshell. This is the story behind the fame they never wanted you to piece together. The story of how business and pleasure and power became so twisted that they now threaten to swallow the very kings and queens of the industry whole. The silence is breaking. The whispers are becoming screams. And the only question left is, who's next? This is just the surface. The depositions are coming. The documentary is coming. The trial is coming. You need to be here for every second of it. Subscribe to Behind the Fame and hit that bell icon so you don't miss a single update. This story is moving fast. And let me know in the comments, who or what should we deep dive into next? The secret history of Diddy's white parties? The untold story of Cassie's exit? The other powerful names on 50 Cent's list? Tell us what you want exposed next.